Alright, hello. This lesson is on translations. So a translation is a type of transformation that moves or slides a point, segment, or figure to a new location without changing the properties of the original pre-image. So here are three examples of a translation, and we can see that the figure is just moving right, left, up, or down. We're not making it bigger. We're not rotating it. We're just taking that figure or that point and just sliding it somewhere else. So let's try this on our own. So perform and describe the transformation. Well, we know that this is a translation because that's what we're looking at today. But let's start off with graphing it first and actually performing it, and then we can describe it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to list out the points, the coordinate points of P and Q. P. So P would be 7, 8, and Q 10, 3. Oops. So now we need to perform this transformation. So what it's saying to do is take x and subtract 7. So 7 minus 7 is 0. And I'll do the same thing for Q. 10 minus 7 is 3. And now we're going to take y and we're going to add 2. 8 plus 2, 10. And Q is 3 plus 2, 5. So these become our new P and Q. But we call it P prime, Q prime. So I'm going to graph these two new points. These are image points. So 0, 10. Label it P prime. And 3, 5. And label that Q prime. So that would be my new image. But we also want to describe what happens. So we need to determine, did this move right, left, up, or down? Well, if I look at my original image here, I can see, if I look at the original pre-image, so pre-image to get to my final image, I can see that I am going left and I am going up. Each of these points from pre-image to image is left and up, left and up. So I'm going left and up, but how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left 7, and then up 2. Which would be, we can connect right here to our transformation. X minus 7. The x-axis runs right and left. So if we were to go minus, we'd be going left and then 7. So minus means left, 7. And the y-axis goes up and down. So we can relate a plus as going up and then 2. So we can do the same thing here, even if it's not a segment. This is a triangle, and we'll do the exact same thing. So perform and describe the transformation. So there's a few ways you could do this. We're going to start off with what we did last time first, with listing out the points. A, 1, -2. B, 3, -6. And C is 6, -3. So I'm going to start off with that there, and then I'm going to perform this transformation. So it says take my x values and add 1. So add 1. and then take my y values and add 6. So these would make up my image points, A prime, B prime, and C prime. So we can perform and map those on here. A prime, B prime, C prime. And then we need to describe this. So we just talked about how the x-axis runs right and left. So if it's saying plus 1 on my x, a plus would mean to go right 1, and my y goes up and down. So adding on the y-axis means up 6. So this would be right 1, up 6. Now, if you're good at finding this relationship with the pluses and minuses, you could actually describe this first. Say, I need to go up 1, I need to go right 1 and up 6. And you could start at A and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then right 1 and plot your points. And you don't have to do that algebra then. Okay? This just gives you 2 different ways of approaching this problem. So here's an example, and now we're actually going to go backwards. So we're given the image in the transformation, and we want to find the pre-image. So I'm going to do this 2 different ways. My image here is 3, 1. This is the final point, remember. So 3, 1. I'm going to call this A prime, because that's the final. What we want to find is where did this point begin? So to find my pre-image, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here at my transformation, and I'm going to use that description that we've been practicing. So plus 4 means that I went right 4, and y minus 3 means I went down 3. But that's going forwards, okay? So I went forwards. So coming backwards, we want to do the opposite. So we want to go left 4, up 3. I'm going to take A prime, I'm going to move him left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to move him up 3 to find my original pre-image, A. Not A prime, just A. So now if I go from A to A prime and I do this transformation forwards, how it's written, A to A prime now goes 1, 2, 3, 4 right and down 3. So that matches that transformation. So you could do it that way. I will also show you how to do this algebraically. So on this example on the right, I have the image point -1, -4. Remember, this is the final point already. So this is saying I already have my pre-image x, y, and I am getting to or ending up at -1, -4. What we're going to do is we're going to take these corresponding spots. So this here, and he's going to equal this here because they're in the same spot of that transformation. So x minus 5 equals -1. And we're going to do the same thing with the y, that second position. Y minus 1 equals -4. And now we can solve, right? We're going to add 5. So x equals 4. And then add 1. So y equals -3. So my pre-image point would be 4, -3. So you can do it algebraically, and it does not matter which way you do this. Alright, so you guys go ahead and try this concept. You can do this algebraically, or you can go ahead and use the graph. I will put the image point, -2, 6, on this graph for you. Let's label this D prime this time. And the letter doesn't matter, you just pick one. So that's our final spot. So I want you guys to go ahead and find the starting point, find the pre-image. So where did he start before this transformation was applied? Okay, so you tried it. I'm going to just kind of quickly go through the different methods you could have done. So this says that the transformation would have gone left 7 and down 2. So going backwards to find pre-image, we would want to go right 7 and up 2. So I'm going to take D prime and go right 7 and up 2. And that would be my D, my original pre-image. 5, 8. You also may have taken these image coordinates and set them equal to the transformation. X minus 7 equals -2. Y minus 2 equals 6. And you would still get 5, 8. Oh, come on, there we go. So it doesn't matter if you did it with the graph or if you did it algebraically. Both ways work, and both ways get the same answer. Okay, describe the transformation and write a rule now. Remember, transformations start at the pre-image, in this case K, and end at the image K prime. We're going to describe this first. So to go from K to K prime, give me like road directions, right? So I'm going right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going right 7, and then I need to go down 1. So that's describing it. Now we need to write that rule. Your rule always starts off X, comma, Y, and then the arrow pointing to the right. Now we need to say X. Well, the X-axis, remember, is right and left. So to go right 7, right would be a plus sign, and then 7. And then we need the Y, and our Y goes down. That's our ups and downs. So down would be a negative or -1. And that would be your coordinate notation. Okay? To go from K to K prime, right 7, down 1, or X plus 7, Y minus 1. All right, you guys try this one. Okay? Remember, do your rights and lefts, describe it first, and then write your coordinate notation, which is going to start off like this. And you're going to need to put in your pluses and minuses and your values. Go ahead, try it out. Okay, so did you remember to start at T and end at T prime? This is the start. That's the pre-image. And this is the end, the image. So give me some road directions here. From T to T prime, I am going 1, 2, 3 left. And I am coming down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I go to write my rule, X-axis is your rights and your lefts. So left would be negative or minus. And it says left 3, so -3. And my Y-axis goes ups and downs. So down would be negative or minus, and it says 6 units, down 6. All right, so let's just kind of summarize and wrap things up. So translations are a transformation that slides a point, segment, or figure. Remember, this is your up, down, rights, and lefts. And then pay attention to your signs, okay? Plus signs on your X, move it right. Minus signs on your X, move it left, just like your X-axis would be. And then your Y's, plus go up, minuses go down, okay? And if you want to find a pre-image, you need to go backwards. So this would be going forwards, right? Right and down. So going backwards, we want to go left and up. But what we want to make sure we remember is that we're going backwards every time, okay? If we're trying to find a pre-image. But that's it for today's lesson. I hope you have a wonderful day.